Right, so this is a bit of an impromptu video. We've had clutch failure on our 135. Now I've got Neil coming out to put a new clutch in, Neil James. You've probably seen on Farmer P's videos sometimes. Harry's with me, we're having a quick look. I don't know whether I'll be around tomorrow to film him fitting the clutch, because I'm really busy at the moment, but he's been out and already broken the tractor, and we're going to have a little tour of our 135 in bits. Harry, would you like to give the tour?
I am broken.
Hey? No. Broken as in means taken apart. That's the sort of technical term. Do you want to come down and give everyone a guided tour?
Look.
Well, I want you to show them. Shall I turn to the right?
Yes.
Come down then, quick. Actually, show us the sign. You were telling me about the sign earlier.
Well,
That's not the sign.
I know, but you might as well start off with
Okay.
that.
I'm teasing you.
That is the part of the 135.
Yeah. That's not the exciting bit, is it? What's the bit you really liked?
The warning sign.
What's warning sign? What about the other side?
Now this could be worth quite a lot.
You'd like this in your bedroom, wouldn't you, I reckon?
Oh,
I can imagine you'd like that above your bed.
Put this right over my bed.
It is quite a cool thing to have above your bed, actually. Needs a bit of a clean.
Yeah.
Look at that, MF, Massey Ferguson. So what's on
So
there? Look,
that-
if you look at that, that's a, do you think that's a grey Fergie on there?
I think that's a Fergie.
That's like a little tiny Fergie,
our
isn't
one.
it?
Oh, you just dropped the bolt.
Have I? Don't use the bolts, that's the bits from there. Oh, look, that's come off there.
It's got like a little plough.
Yeah.
And then it's got the M for Massey and the F for Ferguson. And together it makes Massey Ferguson.
Well done.
That goes on the front.
Are you going to come down and show people what we've done? Or what Neil's done?
Well,
I'm sure they're waiting for me to pan right so they can see it. I'm teasing really, aren't I?
actually, the 135 is probably one of the first tractors to ever have a cab.
Should we pan right? Should we pan right and show
if
people?
you look at the roof, then it's got like
Panning right.
it's like the doors and the roof are sort of like leathery, but I don't really know.
It's
what
sort of
to call
canvas,
them.
right?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
So
Look at
it's
this.
not really
So let's have a look at this tractor in bits. So basically the clutch has failed on this, not surprisingly because we use it a lot on the yard scraper. So
we can
Neil's...
show you the spare yard scraper tractor in a minute.
Oh, okay. So basically what we've got here is where the clutch should be. Well, look, he's marked, that's clever, he's marked that one of those to know which one's which with a bit of colour tag. Right, so the clutch should be in here, but it's not. He must have taken it out. And I don't know a lot about mechanics, but I know a little bit. There's where it goes on to. So we've split the tractor in half completely. And it's quite a thing to see it with it all stripped down. There's a little Perkins engine here. And then there's the gearbox clutch at the back. So we're going to go round. The battery, look at the state of the battery. This battery, I wonder if it's got a date on it. I think it might have. I usually scratch the date on it somewhere. Oh, here we are. Well, no, but 2015 is the oldest it could be, so I guess that must be the date it is, but I need to sort that out. That's not good. Right. Harry's up there. Well, I'm just doing a tour of the 135. Careful up there. So, the old grill there. It's not in too bad a nick actually. A bit worried about any rubbing on there might go through. Poor old tractor has a hard life on this farm. As you can see, I don't clean it. Some people crucify me for that. I think I need to give it an oil bath change. There's oil in there for the air filter. I need to get around and do that this year. Cool. The wiring's a bit shot. What do you think, Harry?
Good.
Let's have a look around the back. Look at the mess of this. Oh, I'm going to have to give it a clean sometime.
Also, I've got to tell my viewers about something. Yeah.
These ball joints are a bit worn as well.
I've got to tell all my viewers something.
What's that? Your viewers? What?
Oh yeah,
Tell us.
they're out there somewhere.
Are they? Tell us. Kind of.
So on my farm, I've got some beef and
Oh, your toy
sheep,
farm. Yeah.
And I've got a David Brown two-wheel drive like this.
Yeah. Have you got a 135?
No.
Oh, you said you found a model one, haven't
But I'm going to talk about that now.
you? Are you?
So I have got a plan. So I'm going to buy these 2 old Massey Ferguson trailers, silage trailers, from like the 1980s, 70s. And then I'm going to buy a tractor like the 265, but more modern. Just
model ones. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 3080. And then I found this 135 that's not got a cab, but it's a 135, and it only costs £28.
Wow.
Normally,
that's quite a lot though.
I know, but normally they cost about £100.
So you're going to save up for that, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully with my birthday or Christmas money. And also I might see if I can
sell
get a
eggs?
yard scraper.
You got the yard scraper already, haven't you?
Yeah, but it's too heavy for the tractors, because the tractor that I use it on, it's probably the only one that works on it. But the front wheels lift up, and then it's like really hard to steer.
That's why we have things like weights. Have you got weights on your tractor? Look, it's under the bonnet. Have you seen this weight under here, Harry? Let me draw this out. That's a tractor weight.
Yeah.
And that's what they put on front of tractors when they got things too heavy on the back.
Yeah, that's
you need to get some tractor weights.
Yeah, I need to get one.
These are old.
I can't.
Very old.
I haven't looked into them yet.
Okay.
But
oh, it's jacked up there, look.
If I do get one, then it's going to have to be like pure metal, because some weights they come with the tractor, and they're like little plastic boxes.
Oh, that's no good. You want pure metal, don't you?
Yeah, because I really could do with one. And hopefully it fits on the tractor's 3-point linkage.
Okay, should we go and have a look at the 265 on the muck spreader, muck yard scraper? Here we are, the old 265. You like this one?
My favourite.
265 is on the yard scraper. It doesn't happen very often.
It's happened before on a video.
It has happened before. The clutch went once before.
Yeah.
We wear them out a lot on that.
And you've done a video of yard scraping.
Yeah, we did.
And
I might see if I can find a bit of that video and put this in at the end of this.
There's something really important about this tractor.
What's that?
Because I like it because it's vintage. Plus, it's really old and two-wheel drive, because I love two-wheel drive. Yeah. And when you do like tedding in this, I can always like sit. You can
sit in the back, yeah.
Even though you're not supposed to, there's like a little like.
Seat area.
Like a container.
Yeah.
That I can like sit on, and then
I used to sit on there when I was a boy.
I can put my legs out for some space as well. Well, you can't really see it because it's quite dark in here, but it's just along the back.
Harry's seating area, yeah. That's
and
exactly
also
it.
when you're doing yard scraping in the holidays, if you're still doing it by then, probably won't be, but hopefully I can. Or on a weekend.
Well, you're going to come fertiliser spreading with me anyway, aren't you?
But on a weekend I might come out and I can sit in the back.
Yeah, good idea.
Because I can never do that. Because if you look on the 135, it's got no seat or anything, kind of like the McCormick's.
So there we have it. The 265 is on the yard scraper temporarily. Again. That old video was probably 60 years ago or something.
I think it was 7 years ago.
Yeah, quite a while.
Quite a long time ago.
Yes.
It was when you had no mic on it, so it was like windy everywhere.
Oh. There we go. Right, crack on. Okay, I've just come out to get the cows in. It's about 6:15 in the morning, and the stork is up on the shed roof there. We had it on the farm a while ago, and it's come back. It's on the roof, so I'm just going to try and get a little sneaky video. How exciting! Right, so Neil's now here to fit the clutch. We'll have a quick look, see how he's getting on. They've just started. I'm going to just have a little word with him, and then I might pop back later. I've got to do the yard scraping, but we'll have a look. How's it? 2 of them on it. All right, Neil.
Hi, Rich. Okay.
How are you getting on then?
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, not too bad.
Oh, that's the new clutch
This
then?
is the new clutch. Yeah, we'll go
Wow.
in. Down, so we're just lining it up. You've got to line the discs up to go onto the splines here. So we're just doing that. I have got a proper clutch line up tool.
Right.
But I left it in the workshop.
Oh, okay.
I forgot it. So,
but you know what you're doing anyway,
yeah,
don't you?
so
That's the main thing.
We can do it by eye. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a big issue.
Okay.
So yeah, we're just.
So this comes as one massive unit. I mean, I didn't see the old one taken out, but
yeah,
it comes
this is one unit here.
Yeah.
This is what we call the PTO clutch here.
Okay.
It's a double clutch, so your pedal does two functions.
Yeah.
Your PTO clutch is here, and then your main drive clutch is sat back here. So when you put your foot on the clutch, the first bit, it disconnects the first plate, and that's where you lose your drive. And then when you probably notice there's a bit of a, when you put your foot on the clutch, there's 2 stages.
Yeah.
And then when you push it down again, it disconnects the PTO.
Right.
So you're running anything on the PTO.
Yeah. Right.
So the old clutch is actually over here.
Is it? Well, we'll have a look at that in a minute.
This is.
So how worn out is that then?
Well, sadly, it's not.
Not completely worn out.
I left the old plate in the workshop as well. But the problem we had is
it's a big heavy unit, isn't it?
Yeah. These when you put your foot on the clutch.
Yeah.
You basically push this bearing.
Right. Is that a thrust bearing?
That's
or
a thrust bearing. Yeah. So that sits in there. So when you put your foot on the clutch, that basically moves forwards and backwards.
Yeah.
So that sits on there.
Okay.
And then when you put your foot on the clutch, that's pushed those toggles in.
Right.
And it basically
so it engages
lifts this plate off to give you your lack of drive through your clutch.
Right.
What happened with you?
I can see some wear in there.
Well, these toggles are supposed to be in here.
Okay.
Like this one. This one's set. These 2 are pulled out.
Right. And what had caused that then? Just one of those things?
One of those things, sadly, yeah.
So the clutch wasn't completely knackered, it was just the rest of it?
Yeah, it's just... So what happened when we adjusted it on... When did we come out? Wednesday? Your clutch, your thrust bearing was sat on the there like that, on there like that. I've got the other one in the van. When we adjusted it, because that sprung loaded, that sprang back, and that toggle fell out.
Right, so then you had 2 attachments.
So then we only had 2, that's why you were pushing it down, because it wasn't, when you were pushing your clutch down, it wasn't pushing on this toggle. So you weren't pulling the clutch plate fully off. That's why you were still having drive, you couldn't get gears.
Right, that all makes sense. You talked it through very well there.
Thank you.
It's almost like you do it for a living.
Yeah, I know, I've done a few.
You do a bit of lecturing as well, maybe, one day. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's just that should be in there.
And we can see there.
Like that.
Brilliant.
The threads have gone on there, so we can't put that one back in because it would just.
Right, yeah, and you don't want to put an old clutch back in. Really. Once you split the tractor, you might as well go
might
new.
As well do it.
There's no point trying to save a few quid and then the clutch is worn out.
Exactly, we'll be doing it in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah,
a year's
that's fair. Fair play. All right, well, that's great. Thank you very much for that explanation. That is really good. So I'll pop back. I've got to go and do the yard scraping with 265. I'm going to pop back when that's, well, you probably nearly done it.
We'll just bolt this clutch in and then it'll be a matter of just pushing it back
Pushing it all back together.
And bolting it up.
Well done. Yeah. That's brilliant. Thanks, Neil.
Okay.
All right, I'll have a look later. How you getting on there, lads?
Okay, just about to push it back together.
Right. Oh, this is where you...
As you can see, the hat's off now. So
Oh, right, you get the sweat on now.
Yeah.
So I won't get in your way, but I'll just see how it goes. Timed this right then, didn't I?
Oh.
Right, sorry mate.
We,
So you got to line all this up. It's quite a tricky operation to line it up, isn't it?
we normally have a purpose-built splitting kit
Yeah.
for wheeling the tractors apart, which is on like a train track. But because this is so small,
Yeah.
we can't get it underneath.
Oh really?
A lot of the tractors we're dealing with 200 plus horsepower.
Well, yeah, you're dealing with... This is vintage, isn't it, really?
So it's a bit, we go a bit back old-fashioned and doing it with the trolley jack.
Right.
And the trolley jack is a bit like me and it's seen better.
Oh, it's going in though, isn't it? Just a case of guiding it in.
Yeah, we're just very slowly going that way. That's getting there a minute down. That's right. To the side.
This is old as me, this tractor.
And 65 years old, is it?
Yeah. Oh, you can see that? That's a... You're just holding that there to line these bolts up.
Line the bolts up.
Yeah.
Just to give us a little bit of a...
Not a straightforward job, is it? I'll get out of your way because you don't want me filming you while you're doing this, and I'll come back in a bit when you've got it all together, alright?
Okay, alright.
Certainly got the Massey mucky now. I'll be glad to get the 135 back on. Look, the problem is, because I've got no doors on, all the muck's been going up on inside the cab, which isn't great. So I'll be getting that off there. Look, mucked my lights up. But and it's also a little bit big going up the slurry ramp. So if we look across here, I flipping caught the slurry ramp. Well, it's gone back in place, but I knocked that, so that wasn't ideal. But I just parked the tractor there. They're busy at it. So look, even more muck on this side. Look at that. Let's get my cleaner out. How you going then, lads? Has it gone back together all right?
Yeah, we're all back together.
Oh, chitty bang bangs back together.
So yeah, we're all smiles now and
That's good.
happy. Yeah.
Excellent.
I was just telling Dan I had a little 135 in the workshop.
Oh yeah.
And that was in my workshop. I've got a nice smooth floor, flat and everything for taking. I bet that took me nearly a day to get back together.
Really? Was that a clutch on that? Or
yeah, that was a clutch
was
on
it?
that, yeah.
A day?
Just,
Bloody hell.
yeah, because you've got like an independent floating front axle.
Right, that doesn't mean anything to me.
Plus with a bit of wear.
Well, that's really worn, isn't it? 50 years of wear.
It's like handling a wobbly jelly, to be honest.
Is it?
Just trying to push it back together.
Yeah. But I mean, this it's interesting. You deal with all sorts of different size tractors and machines. How do the older tractors compare with working on a modern tractor? Completely different thing, isn't it?
Yeah, well, this one we use spanners and manual stuff. For the modern one, I have test equipment. Yeah. So we just get laptops out and just do that. And a lot of it is, there is still an element of doing the old-fashioned diagnostic stuff. Yeah.
But quite a lot of it is almost throw the bits away, is it? Not repair it?
Yeah, a lot of it is just, replaceable parts, ECUs, wiring, all that sort of stuff, whereas this is all just nuts and bolts.
This is more mechano, really, isn't it?
If it breaks, we can just get the welder out, weld it back up and go on your way again.
It's just that you can't get much work done with a tractor this size, can you? It's
it's
a different world, isn't it?
But it's got its place. You can.
Oh, brilliant on yard scraping.
Every day, I do loads of yard scraping tractors. Every day, it's used every day, 365 days.
Oh, so reliable.
Twice a day. And I have dairy farmers like yourself who are just the most important tractor on the farm. Yeah. It's their little scraping
You're right.
tractor.
It
needs to go. It needs to.
And it's taken. It's abused.
Nothing else is.
That's right.
Started up. You need this.
Suddenly, you're not start when this clutch went. I was like, oh Christ.
I know.
We got a 265 out, but I just caught the ramp just now because it's bigger vehicles moving around. You need something small and nippy like this just to get about on, you know.
Yeah, they're worth their weight in gold.
Oh, they are, aren't they? They're going up in value all the time as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know.
So, we're all good. So
well done. Now you got to try and work out what to do with all the bloody cabling that's in there. It's all pretty knackered.
Back somewhere.
Good luck. You turn on the windscreen wiper and the lights have come on.
Is your stork still here?
Stork's here. Well, in this video, just between when Harry came out and looked at it with me yesterday and today, I put on a stork video of it on the roof.
Oh, is it up on the roof?
Yeah.
Again, is it?
Yeah. Stork, very famous stork. A lot of people turning up to look at it.
Right?
Across the, looking across the fields from the hedge and stuff and the road. Famous stork. Only 160 in the UK.
What would they feed on then, Rich?
I don't know. Good question. I think all the frog spawn that I saw earlier in the year is probably gone.
Send that to me, please.
What, are you doing some work?
No, him doing some work.
Oh, him doing some work. Dan,
Just to prove
say
the fairness.
cheese. Do you want to say to a load of fans on YouTube?
No.
Dan doing a spanner. Have you got the right spanner there, Dan?
Hopefully, yeah.
Looking good. It is all spanner work. It's fiddly in there.
It is a
isn't
bit fiddly in there, yeah.
It's hard to get in.
Dan's come from the HGV world, so this is quite new to him.
Yeah, I suppose if you work in the HGV world, it's all new and shiny, is it?
Yeah. Well, no, not all of it.
But was it?
You get some stinky tippers and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's quite enjoying a bit of the challenge.
That's quite a change from doing HGVs to this, then, isn't it?
Yeah, there's quite a bit of change. Most fundamentals are there, but there's other things to learn on, and it's out in the open more often, so it's quite nice.
Yeah. And then some dairy farm rings you up and says, I've got this knackered 35, come and do it. It's covered in shite. You don't get shite on dumpers and stuff, do you?
Not all the time, no. No, I'm pretty lucky in that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good fun. Every day's different.
We've had a dozen tractors apart, I think, this month. Quite a few. Seems to be a clutch season.
You've had a dozen apart?
But yeah.
Well, I suppose they've all been heavily used over the winter, all these scraper tractors, isn't it?
Yeah, all sorts. We've had all sorts
Have
of
you?
split in a minute.
It just goes.
This will be our third one this week.
Will
Yeah.
it? Third clutch this week?
Third clutch this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Christ,
Took
you
one-
better change your name on your van to
And it says
Neil
clutch
James
services.
Clutch Service.
Clutch services. we split one this morning when we were waiting for parts to turn up.
Off camera, you've just been telling me about all these different clutches and stuff.
Yes.
I've got a question about on our McCormick's. I think we got a thing called a hydro clutch. Do you know anything about those? Because everyone's been, everyone's commented about how jerky I am when I drive it, but I was told when we bought it was a way to go because it doesn't wear out in the same way as conventional clutch or something. But it seems to be the bite's like really jumpy and stuff.
Yeah, so what you'll have is you won't have a clutch like this in there, conventional clutch,
Right.
where you take your foot off the pedal and you're slowly mechanically lifting these off.
Right.
So you will just have a fixed plate between the engine and the gearbox.
Right.
And then your drive's controlled by what we call wet clutch, which is similar to your Formula 1. So you've actually got a Formula 1 Formula 1 gearbox in your McCormick.
I was driving Formula 1 style the other week when someone commented on the videos.
So when you see Lewis Hamilton being jerky at the start, you know
he's got McCormick clutch in his F1.
So it's all controlled by valves and
Right.
electronics. This is where it all starts getting very complicated.
Yeah.
You've got, so when you lift your foot off this clutch,
Yeah.
obviously the more you lift your pedal off,
Yeah.
the faster you go. On your McCormick, that's all controlled with a valve, which
Oh,
is
okay.
controlled by an ECU basically.
Right.
With they call it pulse width modulation valve.
Oh, it all starts getting
So it all
complicated,
gets really
doesn't it?
complicated.
Yeah.
So the pedal's got a sensor on, so you lift your pedal off,
Yeah.
the foot off, and if you're going halfway, it then sends a signal to the ECU. The ECU then will send a signal to the valve to say open, or give it 5 volts to say, and it will open halfway. So that'll give you your inching, and then when you take the pedal off completely, your ECU knows your pedal's up, so it then give your valve a full 12 volts.
Yeah.
And it'll be fully open and off.
Blimey, very complicated.
So you should, I expect what's happened if you're jerky, you've either got your valves getting a bit sticky.
Quite possibly, 18-year-old tractor probably.
You're getting your voltage, but it's not opening fully, and then all of a sudden it's opening.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
There's no control over
Yeah.
it. So I just think that's probably what you can. I think you can calibrate them.
You're a wealth of knowledge, aren't you?
I've had a few years.
Well, the experience, isn't it? How many years have you been doing mechanics on tractors?
35 years. Done nothing else. Straight from school. 16 years old.
And what's changed in that time? Because you must, like everything changes, doesn't it? What do you? We were talking about the tractors earlier.
It's just the electronics.
Yeah.
Like I say with that one, the electronics are all controlling your tractor now. You've got these big tractors which are, the electronics are doing just everything, from your engine power to your hydraulics, to your PTO, to your transmission. You know, we've got tractors that have got fully, like, almost like hydrostatic. You just get in it and you start it up, you put it forward and it stays still, and then you just move your lever forward and it goes forward, and that's all like a seamless stepless transmission.
So how does someone like yourself then? So when you first started, we were talking about this being sort of Meccano type almost, in and easy with Spanish. How do you keep up with this? Because it's quite difficult, because it's always evolving and it's getting more and more difficult. Is it to do it?
Yeah, yes, it is, especially as I'm getting older as well. This is the biggest challenge, but I like a challenge.
Yeah.
So I don't try and let anything get on top of me or let anything beat me.
Fair play. That's the man that every farmer needs, isn't it?
My motto, well, I think it's built by man. It's got to be repaired by man, hasn't it? So there's many things we don't take on and we don't fix, to be honest, because it's, you know, when they call you, it just wants to. And also, I think, obviously, working for a main dealer as well, people will have a little go themselves, and then sometimes they get a little bit confused. So I feel as if they call the main dealer, they're at their wit's end, and you need to go out and fix it. You're the last call. So you know, we've got to just mend stuff.
That's it. That's the spirit.
We've just got to mend it. It is. There's nothing more than that. We just got to mend stuff.
Yeah. Thanks, Neil.
Okay.
I'm just walking around this. I've just spotted. Look at this. Look at that link arm. That's taken a beating. That should be straight. Should be like that one. I think it's probably where one of us has hit something with the yard scraper on the back of it. What was that you were just doing there? You seen your chap there, Dan, seems to be just sort of trying it, playing with it. What was he just checking there?
So we just make sure obviously it goes into gear.
Yeah.
Make sure it goes into gear with your foot on the clutch, whereas what you had the other day, it was grinding.
Crunching away, yeah.
So we make sure it goes forwards and backwards. You don't want that much crunch, and you will get a little bit because of this, just the way the gearbox is. And then what I always like to do, I don't like to do it much, put your foot on the brakes, high gear, and then just let your foot off the clutch. And it should stall the engine, where it won't slip and stuff. So it just makes sure, and it just beds it in.
Yeah, sure.
I wouldn't advise doing loads.
No.
Standing on the.
No. But we've all done that, haven't we? I went and installed the tractor. I usually forget to leave take the handbrake off.
Yeah. So it's also
brilliant.
Just put the bonnet on.
Just put the bonnet on, and Massey powers back. Lovely.
We live again. The Massey lives again.
Massey lives again. Right in. Harry wanted a bit of this bonnet on his bedroom wall. I think he'd probably have the whole tractor in his bedroom if he could. Just got to line up the grooves and.
We do try to overcomplicate Massey Ferguson. This bonnet sums it up, to be honest.
Yeah. I think I ended up tying these bits with cable ties because I couldn't get it to line up before. I had it off before for something, I can't remember what. Cabling on the lights or something. connecting the lights up there then, Neil, are you?
Yeah, just doing the lights.
Don't need them this time of year, but when it's in the middle of winter, I need to see what I'm doing.
And I always like to make sure the cables are all tucked out of the way, because I know what cows are like. They can't.
Well, they do tend to rub on things,
they
don't
can't
they?
help themselves, can they?
No, that's very true.
Have a little nibble. I do.
Yeah.
Do a lot of. We just left the tractor out in the cow yard, and when they come back, it won't start.
Yeah. They ripped the lining off one of the tractors
And
once.
then, yeah, when you go out there, they've eaten everything.
That tidy.
I should just tie them up there out of the way to stop the coos from having a little nibble.
Very important to remember to fill the radiator there, Neil, isn't it?
Yes.
I bet somebody will drive off and forget that bit.
Just a little bit of antifreeze as well,
Yeah.
just to top it up, just to keep it. There's a summer coolant as well as a
Right.
antifreeze. Just helps with the cooling.
Probably first change of radiator fluid in about 30 years, isn't it?
It was quite brown. It wasn't. To be fair, it wasn't too bad.
No.
See my unsteady hand now. Spill it everywhere.
I think you're doing better than me.
It's because I've had 4 months of no drinking.
Yeah. Alright, so there she blows, all done. Thank you very much, team, for your work there.
You're welcome.
Well done, good to see you. We've got plenty more jobs for you to do.
Yes, we'll work our way through it. I've got to go and see, take some information off of McCormick before we go.
Lovely.
So I'll just call in.
Lovely.
It's just up by the cows, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Alright, thanks mate.
Just call in. No problem. Thank you very much.